Hello and welcome to the second channel for Tales from the Trip. I'm your host, the Trip Keeper, and on today's video, we're going to be reading stories about how some people's pets took some drugs. On accident, maybe, or on purpose, I don't know. We'll see. I got a couple stories here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 stories here, but there's also another one that's 4 parts. Depends where we're at by the time I'm done with these stories to see, because that would take a very long time, and I'm not trying to be here forever tonight because I do want to relax a little bit, but yeah, I figured I could do this. I'm not trying to do like another 50 something minute video tonight because it's too much, so I don't think I'll make it there, but by the end I'll tell you what that 4-part story will be, and then let me know in the comments if you want it. I'll bookmark it so I won't forget it, but yeah, it's pretty long, so if I could just read that separately. So that's probably what we're gonna do anyway, but it depends where we are. I don't know, I really don't know, but yeah, animals eating your medicine, that's kind of scary to do, you know. It's just like, you don't know how the dog or cat's going to react to it, or lizard maybe, I don't know. There's no lizard stories. I think it's just dogs and cats that I found. There's only so many stories you could find online. I'm sure there's stuff out there of like your pet snake taking gabapentin or whatever, but you know, on here, hey, we just got cats and dogs for now. And then maybe if it becomes a popular thing, you know, I don't know if it's going to be a volume 1 or whatever, but maybe we'll find some more, and maybe people start uploading to my Reddit community about it. I know Arrowhead, I feel like they have some probably, but we'll see. This is just what I found, some stories that I found for like 5 minutes, and just skimmed through them like I always do. We got our Miller High Life, and yeah, and our water. Oh yeah. I just don't want it to overflow. And Ozzy, I cleaned the house when I got home. That was nice to do that. I took out the litter, replaced it with new litter, cleaned the litter box, of course, washed the dishes, and then I sweep the house, vacuumed up. I have hardwood floors, so I could sweep with the broom, and then I just vacuum it up with a little, suction thing on the vacuum, and yeah, emptied it out, and then Swiffer wet jetted it, the whole fucking thing. Now, it was a quicker one. Usually if I'm really if I have a day off and I'm cleaning, I will definitely take more time to do it. This took less than an hour, which I was happy about, and I'm pretty happy about what my floor looks like right now. It looks very shiny, and yeah. But yeah, all right. Let's not talk anymore about cleaning, because this is not a cleaning horror stories. Dude, Ozzy cleaning my floors horror story. Let's go. He's on salvia while he's doing it. That's the only way he can do it. All right, this first story. Now, these are not in order by how great they are. Usually with my videos on my main channel, I like to put probably the best or near the best story at the top, at the first one, and then just put some good section stories in between, and then maybe save the last one for a good classic ones, like the gabapentin one. That last one should have been first, but I didn't change it in time, so I was just like, fuck it, I'll just do it this way. Hopefully y'all heard that, because that was one of my favorite stories. I actually just did a short for it, posted it to TikTok and Instagram, so yeah, that's the only reason why I use TikTok, just for that. Please don't sue me. All right, this is from the Reddit community, True Off My Chest, and this is a great Reddit community, by the way. It's basically about, it says right there, a place for people who need to speak their mind. I might do this at some point. I just won't use my actual Reddit because I don't want to give myself away. But I do post a lot of stuff on Drug Circle Jerk and Sopranos one. You can look back and see all my posts. But yeah, there's a megalophobia one that I posted that got 7,000 upvotes. That shit was insane, bro. It's a very interesting photo though. So is the Elephant's Foot Glacier. Very, very megalophobia, if you ask me. All right, this one is from 6 months ago. It's not very long, but it's an interesting title, and it got me intrigued for sure. Dog ate my ADHD meds, and the results were interesting. So this happened a couple years ago. I was working grave shifts at the time, so I kept my ADHD pills on my nightstand because it helped me not forget. This was never really an issue for the dogs, as the dogs never came to my room, as it was blocked off normally. My medication is dextroamphetamine 20 milligrams. I would usually wake up around 6 p.m. before I'd work at 10:30 p.m. On one of my nights off, I'd gone to go take a shower and forgot to put the baby gate up. I was still waking up. When I had come downstairs to my room, I noticed a few of my pills with bite marks. Noticed the bottle was open and half chewed. Dread came over me as I realized a dog came and chewed on the plastic bottle. I knew exactly which dog had done it because none of our other dogs like to chew plastic like she does. I gathered the meds I did have and tried to calculate how many my dog ate. I estimated she got 3 to 4 of the pills. I was freaking out. We called the emergency vet and they asked what breed she was, how much she weighed, and her age. She's a Newfoundland, was 135 pounds and roughly 2 to 3 years of age at that time. The vet told me to calm down, that my dog would be fine, as she will just need to drink a lot of water and that it happens, and to just monitor her all night. So I took my dog to the basement as I was home that night, and I was going to be awake all night anyways, so I figured she could hang out with me so I could make sure she would be okay. Yo, you're trip sitting your dog. Could you imagine that? Well, it's not a trip, all right. It's an experience. Like a lot of people, I get a lot of messages saying, "How can you trip off of this? This is not even trippable." It's my videos are not about like just specific trips. If they were, then I'd be doing a lot more psychedelic videos. But I'm doing like any medication, whatever, psychedelics too. So it's just tales from the trip. Like it's just a trip in itself, an experience, a bad experience. That's what it, in my channel standards, that's what it is. Oh god. Okay, it's not gonna overflow. Normally my Newfie was hyper, full of energy, and just all around a major handful. This is because she was 2 to 3 years old and still learning about life. I watched my dog for roughly 11 hours. During those 11 hours, she did exactly 2 things. She would drink water when I put it directly in her face. I ended up using our travel water bottle thing, and she was not interested in walking over to the water bowl. The reason she wasn't interested in walking over to the water bowl was because she became hyper-focused on a wooden pole in the basement. So when I wasn't making her drink water, she was staring at a pole 6 inches away from her face. Sometimes she would sit, sometimes she would stand, but for 11 hours straight, she stared at a support pole in our basement. Honestly, you could have probably left and not even watched, dude. You can damn be sure that she would be watching that the whole time. I was terrified for her well-being, and while the vet confirmed she would be okay, it was the most eerie experience I have ever had with a dog. In some ways, I laugh about it because the absurdity of her focusing on a wooden pole was funny, but it was also eerie seeing my bouncy crazy dog looking almost possessed with supernatural concentration. I learned my lesson though. Never put my medicine within reach of my animals. Even if my room is closed, the basement is blocked off, and my dog is in her cage. I will never allow it to happen again. Edit. I put a link to the photo in the comments, but I'll put it in the post. Alright, let's see what this looks like. Let me save this really quick. I'll post it while I'll actually edit this video to where I can actually include this. Let me make it a JPEG. I hate when I go to save a photo and it becomes a WebP file. Like, bruh, just make it a JPEG or a PNG, like, or a PNG, whatever. Like, come on. I hate having to change it. But this is funny. She's just staring at it. Oh my god. I can't imagine doing that for 11 hours. But yeah, pause it if you want. I think it'll be enough time for sure. That's funny. That is hilarious, actually. Alright, alright, can we upvote this? Oh, it's already archived. Okay, archived. Anchovies. I can't upvote that either. Alright, well, let's just put these over here so we know we read them. Alright, this one's short. This is from r/legal advice, a place to get simple legal advice. Let's join this community. I'm surprised I wasn't part of it. My dog ate my friend's Coke, almost died, and the vet bill is going to be very large. New York. I went away for the weekend on Friday, and my friend watched my dog, which she has done many times in the past. It turns out she does Coke. I had no idea. And my dog got into her stash and ate some of it. It was enough that she was rushed to the vet Saturday night and is still there today, though she is going to be okay. My friend and I, we are not friends anymore after this, have been arguing over the vet bill. I have pet insurance, but it will only cover a portion of this bill. I've been arguing she should at least help pay because my dog wasn't being watched and the drugs weren't hidden well enough if she ate them. She told me that it's not her fault my dog is stupid, and that if anything, I owe her because her Coke was very expensive. Can I sue her to get her to pay? Will I need a lawyer? This is from 6 years ago, so I wonder if they found out, what the hell. Let's see if they have any posts, if there's an update to that. Nope, they didn't have any updates. That's no fun. I want to know. But let's see some of the comments. Yeah, I totally like that. Yeah, that's definitely not a friend. If they fucking brought Coke over, they left it out, and the dog took it, like, that's on the friend. Like, okay, you're asking them to watch the dog, which is, which they've done before, but now it's like it's become something different. So now it's like, that's a serious problem. Someone said, yes, you can sue her. The amount is small enough that you can do it in small claims court without a lawyer. Let's see. She deserves it, and she brought it on herself. See it as karma. She can always choose to settle with you so the lawsuit never makes it to court. I think there's a fairly good chance your friend is on a path towards needing help with their drug habit. You say your dog has stayed there before without issues. What was the difference in this situation? My guess is that she was actively doing coke, got really fucked up, and left the drugs unattended. I could be wrong, but this kind of negligent behavior is reminiscent to me of how addicts I know personally first started showing signs that they were letting their habits negatively impact the rest of their lives. Maybe you forcing the issue will disrupt a dangerous dangerous trend. And then the person said, yeah, this does sound likely. She told me she only uses when she's partying, but who knows? Yeah, sounds like an addict. I don't know. I'd like to speak to both of them. Imagine having like what's that? The Maury show or Jerry Springer show, just have it fucking both of them on there at the same time, dude. That would be a perfect thing for my channel if I could do that. Who cares? Why are you defending a drug addict? Take her to court and let her face any of the consequences. Do you want the money or not? They said, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't mean to defend her. I just know that people with drugs get very harsh / long prison sentences that I don't necessarily believe they deserve. I've decided I'm going to sue her. Yeah. At least the dog is okay, though. That's good. Well, here's a rarity. My dog ate something it shouldn't have and got sick story where the dog isn't the stupidest character. The vet bill is entirely your friend's responsibility, and your last charitable act as their friend was to give her the opportunity to pay you without going through a process that have her admitting to cocaine possession on paper. She seems to have missed this on her first go-round. A notice that she's being sued might make her a bit more observant. Sue her. Don't threaten her with police or anything like that as a consequence for not paying you. That's extortion. That got 785 upvotes. So if she gets scared and decides to cooperate after I serve her, can I cancel the lawsuit? Sorry if this is a dumb question, but I have no idea how this works. Yep, you can withdraw a private lawsuit at any time, for any reason or for no reason. Someone said, but don't drop the lawsuit until you have cash in hand. Don't trust a check. Yeah, you never trust a check. Chase a bitch. Wait, so 6 years ago it was 2018. Wow. Maybe it could be also 7 years ago. This could have came out later that year, and it could have been like 2017, but most likely 2018. I don't know what specific month or day this was, but yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, what do you guys think about that? That one pissed me off. That one made me angry. That's like fucking Funny Games. You guys ever see the movie Funny Games? If you want to be pissed off, watch that movie. Alright, this next one is on ADHD women. I'm gonna join this one too. I might as well just join every subreddit on here. ADHD women. This subreddit is a space for women to find support and discuss living with ADHD. If you'd like to... Okay. Oh. Okay, we don't need to read that. Alright, where did they start out? Okay, so they have an update at the top, and then there's the real post. Alright, let's do this. They said this is going to be long, but it's not very long. This is going to be long because I just really need to get all this stuff off my chest. Sorry in advance. My grandfather died yesterday. It was really unexpected and heartbreaking. His grandson is getting married in a few weeks, and my grandfather was so excited to go. He's been struggling with his health for years, but we really thought he was stubborn enough to make it to the wedding. My wife and I were up all last night speaking to my mom and other family members, packing and making arrangements. We didn't go to bed until after 6 a.m. My dog takes doggy Prozac. She takes it every night and I give it to her every night. I guess last night I was so exhausted that I mixed up her Prozac with my Vyvanse. They're both small green capsules. Woohoo! Shout out Vyvanse, let's go! I'm normally so careful to not mix up her meds with any of mine. We woke up this morning and she was bouncing off the walls. We weren't sure what was wrong. I thought maybe she had an upset stomach, so I took her outside for a while, and then my wife came out as saying that she thinks I gave her my Vyvanse. We counted the pills last night to make sure I had enough to last me through the funeral. I had 12. This morning, I had 11, and I hadn't taken my meds this morning. We rushed her to the emergency vet and they gave her a mild sedative and fluids because she was running a fever. She's home now and she'll be okay, but she's definitely on a really bad trip. She's staying so far away from us and stares at us, and when we look at her, she backs away. She looks so scared. Aww. Poor baby. She's normally so cuddly and loving. She's my emotional support dog. She's my soul dog. I hate that I hurt her. I hate that she's in so much pain and so uncomfortable and so scared because I couldn't keep my head on straight. Because I was careless. I will never ever forgive myself if she doesn't come out of this okay. This year has been so god-awful. I guess it's no surprise it's ending so bad. Anyway, if you made it to the end, thanks for listening. Happy New Year. Okay, so I'm a dumbass. I was looking for the update, like, just to see through their old posts and see if they post anything, but I totally forgot that the update is on the same freaking thread, the same page. They just put it at the top. Yeah, so I felt like a dumbass doing that. So I did not want to use 2 minutes of that just to find out it was right there. So yeah, I was looking for, I'm like, where the fuck is it? All right. Edit. Holy smokes, everyone. Thank you so much for all of your kind words and stories. They made me feel so much better. I always read posts with updates that are like, I never thought it would get so much traction, and I'm always like, of course it did. But now I realize what they mean. I never in a million years thought I would have so many people supporting me. My wife and I have read every single comment, and it's been so amazing. Thank you all so much. We ended up having to take Luna, shout out Luna, my dog, back to the ER. She was running a crazy fever again, and they have kept her for observation. She was supposed to go to boarding today, because we're flying to the funeral, so we've just kept her at the hospital. They also do boarding. They say she's doing really great, but it kills me that she's going to be alone for so long. I miss her so goddamn much. If anyone is interested, I'll update y'all on her condition once I get back home. I also know that people wanted me to share what signs of amphetamine poisoning look like, and I promise I'll share those once I get back home from the funeral. Hopefully my crazy mistake will help others to recognize it in their fur babies. Again, thank you all so much. I posted in this community because I thought y'all would be understanding, and you were so much more than that. You have all been a light in the darkness of these past 72 hours. TLDR, death in the family. I made my dog really sick. Happy fucking New Year, I guess. All right, let's see what people have to say. I should have looked at the comments for the first one, but now it's too late. I can't just go back and read those. Oh, I'm glad your dog will be okay. She forgives you. My kitty BFF Ginger once ate vaped weed. She never cared about it in the past, and she was about 14 at the time. I didn't even realize she did more than a quick sniff until an hour later when she was stoned out of her kitty gourd. She's looking at me with huge eyes and this unusually loud meow. When I held her, she purred, and when I put her down, even in my lap, she'd yowl. So I just held her all night long. By the 12-hour mark, she was acting hungry, so we had a snack, and I held her for another couple hours until she seemed back to normal. And neither of us ever spoke of the incident after that. I'm really sorry for your loss. Neither of us spoke of the incident after that is adorable to me. Yeah, that's adorable. Sad butt 69. She was the best cat ever and deserved my discretion. Sorry, I'm just picturing the loud, drawn-out meow, and the little kitty thinking she's doing her usual standard meow. Yeah, that's funny. There's actually a lot of drug stories in this one from what I'm seeing so far. But I know I think I've said this before, but when Ozzy got his teeth cleaned and his he got his gums fixed, it cost me like $800. I guess it's not terrible compared to like what a human would cost, but hey, I don't know. I don't know. It could have been worse, but I don't know if that's a good price for it because I don't know exactly what they did. But he got buprenorphine prescribed to him, and I had to inject it in his mouth, and that was a doozy, dude. You should have seen him when he came home from the frickin' vet. When I picked him up, we went to Chick-fil-A, dude. He was just out of it, dude. He was so gone. I was telling him, like, how are you, Ozzy? How are you? And he was just staring. And dude, his eyes were like halfway open barely, and he was like swaying back and forth. Dude, he was fucked up, dude. I was so jealous. I was like, damn, I wish I was like that. But yeah, he was high for at least like 3 days after that. And yeah, dude, he didn't meow. He also got the munchies. Like, yeah, he didn't meow for like those 3 days actually. Like he meowed like maybe once or twice, but he like literally I don't know. But that's a drug story in itself for him. And then he, like I said, he did get the munchies too. These cat treats that I have, they look like a chocolate bar, but it's just like a meaty thing. I don't know. It's hard to explain what it is, but just imagine like what a chocolate bar would look like with like a little cat treat in each square. That's basically what it is, dude. I didn't have this package open. It was sitting brand new on the table, where I keep my cat treats at, where you keep his cat treats, not my cat treats. I eat them. I woke up the next day, dude, the package was on the kitchen floor and the whole bar was eaten, dude. He ate that whole fucking thing, and there, I don't know how many squares were on there, but it was a lot. Like, you should not be feeding them more than like probably 2 or 3 at a time. And he ate the whole thing. There's got to be at least like 5 in a row, maybe more than that, maybe 6. And I don't know how many rows there were, but dude, man, just know it was a lot. I couldn't believe it. It was crazy. I started laughing because I'm like, damn. I was actually worried about him though too, because I didn't know how safe it was to eat that much in one sitting. But he had the munchies from buprenorphine, so yeah, buprenorphine. My dog ate an entire loaf of weed cookie bread a friend brought me back from Jamaica. I absent-mindedly left it in my bag where she was able to get it. I was terrified she was going to die from THC toxicity, but luckily she's a big dog and she was able to metabolize it fine. She ended up with huge pupils just staring into the distance and then sleeping while snoring loudly for like 12 hours. She seemed to have a pretty great time that was supposed to be my great time, lol. Had she gotten really sick, I would have kicked myself for being irresponsible enough to leave it where she could get to it. But it taught me a lesson about safely storing things that are not safe for her. Yeah, it's definitely not the safest thing to do. What did they say? It was cookie bread, so at least it wasn't chocolate. If it was chocolate, that would be very dangerous. But yeah, let's see if anyone else said anything. Okay. Oh, I know exactly how you feel. How you feel. I was taking my meds one morning and our dog was chilling in the kitchen with me, and I dropped my antidepressant and it bounced right to him and he swallowed it because he thought I threw him a treat. We rushed into the vet. He was all fine and totally forgave me, but I had an absolute guilt meltdown and it took me ages to get over it. Be kind to yourself. It is such an easy mistake to make, but maybe moving forward it's your wife's job to give him his medication. We do that at my place. My partner is in charge of giving our dog his meds just in case. I just try to tell myself that if I'd done it on purpose, that would make me a horrible person who would deserve huge amounts of criticism, but it was an accident. So what can I put in place to reduce the chances of that accident happening again? Yeah, at the end of the day, it's an accident, so yeah. Dude, there's like whole fucking stories in this fucking thread, dude. Holy crap. Yeah, we're definitely not reading the one the 4-part story. We're saving that one. I'll tell you what it is at the end, though. Oof, do I get this. Last year on Christmas Day, my dog was sick with methamphetamine/amphetamine poisoning. I'll never know for sure if I dropped an Adderall or if she ate some contaminated trash on a hike, because that's happened to dogs in my city before. But yeah, she seemed to be losing her mind. For what it's worth, my dog made a full recovery. In fact, people are always shocked to find out she's 13 because she's so healthy and looks much younger. It's scary and stressful, especially when you are dealing with loss, but dogs are the best and they don't hold grudges. By the way, did the vet give you any other meds to counter the Vyvanse and flush out of her system? My girl was on sedatives and another medication for a few days. Yeah, I think she definitely got it. Oh my god, another one? Jeez. My dog once chewed his way into my work bag and ate a full bottle of my freshly filled Vyvanse while he was home alone. Holy crap, a whole bottle? Jeez. Thank goodness I stopped home to check on him. I don't know what made me do it. I found him absolutely tweaking out under my kitchen table and rushed him to the vet. He had a really long night of crazy high stimulation, and he was just a little standoffish until he came down. Then he got real cuddly again and slept it off for a while. He is just fine 2 years later. Give yourself some grace here. You are going through a lot, and it was an honest mistake. These accidents happen. It's all in how you respond after they do, and you did everything right. That's crazy, though. A human's not going to survive a full bottle of Vyvanse. Are they like, if they 10 milligrams? Maybe. So if you do 10 milligrams, you got 300 milligrams, but it's a dog though. Like, that's a lot different. You could probably survive 300 milligrams. It would be very hard on your heart, but I think you might survive. I do not recommend doing 300 milligrams of Vyvanse. My first time I ever did it was 140 milligrams, and because I didn't know what it was, and I took 2, and I was like, yeah, it's crazy how a whole fucking bottle. It had to be 10 milligrams because no way if they were like 30s or anything. Let's see here. Anyone else? This goes on for a while. So a few years back, I forgot that I had my Ritalin in my bag and went to pick up my cat's medication after work. Got home and gave them to her without looking at the bottles. She started acting weird about 10 minutes later, so I grabbed the bottle to find out the name of it and look up side effects. And to my horror, I realized I had given her my Ritalin. I've never cried so hard as I did when I was on the phone with Pet Poison Control on the way to the emergency vet. She was crying out in the back seat and I thought she was going to die. She's fine now, just had a bad trip, an overnight stay at a monitor. It happens, I get how horrible it feels, I'm sorry for all you are going through. Oh man, I accidentally double dosed my pup with Benadryl once. When I realized what I had done, I immediately burst into tears. Called our vet and they talked me down, reassured us he'd be extra sleepy that day. We love these buddies so much, it's terrifying when this kind of thing happens. I'm always afraid if I drop a pill on the ground and Ozzy's gonna like eat it, or if one falls I can't find it, then he finds it later, like it might be too late. But yeah, that's crazy. It always happens with people dropping their shit on the ground. Let's see here. Seeing if there's any more. This goes on for a while, but oh god, someone cutting the grass right now. Oh well. All right. Well, we'll just go to the next one then, because that provided us with what, like 5-6 different stories. All right, this next one was actually prescribed to the cat, so this is a little different. But this is from Cat Advice. Gonna join for sure. Hold on, I gotta see how loud this is. Okay, I just waited for him to cut the grass, so now we're back. No lawnmower. All right, gabapentin making cat eat his litter. 18-year-old kitty with stage 3 CKD, that's kidney disease, fell from his chair while sleeping last night. He looked dazed and he was sticking his right leg out. Later on, he was falling over while trying to walk. Took him to emergency vet and they did x-rays. No fractures or dislocations. Emergency vet said it's probably just bruised. He gave us gabapentin to administer by mouth every 12 hours. Gabapentin is making him even more wonky, and he's falling over even more as he walks. When the gabapentin wears off, he seems more coherent and is not falling over. He also has started to eat his litter. He only does this when he is on the gabapentin. We are already treating his anemia. He has never eaten his litter before. I feel like he's getting confused about what is food and what is litter. I have to take the litter out of his mouth, and then I put him near his food, and then he eats. Edit. Kitty has been off of gabapentin for a couple days now and has stopped eating his litter. Currently at a regular vet to check on his status, get his anemia shot, and a big sub-Q flush. Well, hey, congratulations to your cat living 18 years. I gotta hope Ozzy lives, even close to that. That's crazy. It's very, very nice when animals live long like that. But eating litter, that's a little strange. Gabapentin does that, I guess. Makes me do it. Alright, this is the longest one so far. It's a weed one. This is on r/dog advice. I'm not going to join it because I don't have a dog, but I have a cat, so that's why I joined Cat Advice. Let's see where we're at right now. We're at 29 minutes, so. Alright, weed ingestion from the ER vet perspective. This is a long one, but it will save you a lot of time, money, and family drama. Please read. I am a CVT going on 20 years experience and work in an ER/specialty hospital. I've worked at ER for more than half of my career. I was prompted to make this post after a particularly frustrating client interaction last night. THC intoxication in dogs is pretty easy to spot. Even our newer techs can see it. A few easy signs to spot. 1. Dog is head shy. When you go near their face, even just a pet, they tend to blink rapidly and move their head away to avoid your touch. They may have droopy eyelids and look like a drunk human. 2. Dribbling urine. The dog is dribbling and may not even know it. This isn't posturing to go in a weird place, it just leaks. 3. Ataxia. Trouble walking. Most dogs will wobble when sitting down, and when walking place their legs in a wide stance, move their legs abnormally. They usually can't walk in a straight line, also like a drunk human. So when your dog presents to the ER, we triage it. We go back and tell the vet it looks like a THC intoxication. Let me say this is absolutely fixable and the best situation possible for the presenting symptoms. Owners get offended because we will ask if there is marijuana in the home and could the dog have gotten it. Just be honest, we really don't care. We aren't going to call the police or report you for animal abuse. We just want to know what the pet ate. Probably 90% of the time, people insist there isn't any in the home, or if there is, the pet couldn't have gotten it. A good chunk of this time, the resistant owner finds out after questioning the entire family that little Billy had some weed. Again, we don't care and don't want to be involved in your family drama. The owner last night was offended at us asking and found out there was some in the home they didn't know about. Insisted they still couldn't have gotten it. I think they're afraid we're going to report them or something. I mean, was this from 1 year ago? I don't know. Where would a fucking weed charge like that be a problem? You know, it's like, I mean, nothing more than a freaking slap on the wrist nowadays. I don't know. There's still some states living in the freaking 1800s though. In any case, if your dog presents with these symptoms, even if you deny it, the conversation is going to go like this. Vet, I understand that you don't think Fluffy has ingested marijuana. I don't care if you have it in your house. I just need to know if there's a possibility he ate it. He could have picked a bit of it on a walk even. We see it all the time. Did Fluffy go on a walk before the symptoms started? We give this excuse as an out for people who don't want to admit it. If he hasn't ingested marijuana, then there's a very serious neurological problem happening, and Fluffy needs to get a neurologist ASAP. Something is very, very wrong, and he needs high-level diagnostics to find the problem and fix it. If it was marijuana, then there's a very good prognosis depending on severity of symptoms. When we give this speech and an estimate of about 5,000 plus to go to an ER and see a neurologist, people usually cave and admit it, and again, we don't care. This isn't about being right, it is about knowing the cause. THC intoxication is very treatable. If mild, can be treated on an outpatient basis. Give the dog some SQ fluids, an antiemetic, and send them home to rest in a quiet, dark room. It will wear off soon. If severe, has it ingested a very large milligram THC/kilogram of dog weight, usually edibles, we recommend 24 hours of IV fluids, antiemetics, blood pressure monitoring, and perhaps intralipid therapy. This will be way less expensive than the neuro workup we are going to suggest when you are stubborn and insist it isn't weed. High milligram/kilogram doses of THC can cause paradoxical symptoms like high or low heart rate, high or low blood pressure that should be monitored and supported. Intralipid therapy can help pull the THC out of the blood faster than normal metabolism. We give antiemetics to prevent vomiting while not neurologically appropriate to prevent inhaling of vomit. Aspiration which leads to pneumonia. I've never seen a patient die from THC toxicosis, but the side effects can be deadly, so in cases of a large dose, 24-hour hospitalization is the way to go. So in short, I get that people don't want to be pressed about private/potentially illegal matters, and again, we don't care. If you held up a handful of cocaine and made the dog inhale it, then yeah, we might have a problem, but we don't care that the dog got your roach or edibles. We are just trying to find out what the pet needs and treat them ASAP. Please be honest with your vet. It's embarrassing sometimes, sure, but we, although we don't have to, treat veterinary patients as if they were humans with HIPAA. We don't share the info. Yes, it is important to know your dog ate tampons. They can cause an obstruction and the strings can cut the intestines. Yes, it is important to know that the trash your dog got into this morning had a bunch of condoms in it, also potential for obstruction, and even better, may still be in the stomach and easily removed with induced vomiting. Please be honest with us. It only improves your pet's prognosis by getting them timely and appropriate treatment. Please be honest. Chances are, whatever the problem is, we've seen it before. NBD. If you think they may have ingested something you don't want your partner or family to know about, notify staff in private so we don't show the vomitous/removed foreign body to your wife when it may be your mistress's thong. Been there. We don't want to be involved in that. We'll find a way to not let that info through. yeah, I guess that was it was some good advice for people. That was honestly definitely good if you are thinking about, you know, if this ever happens to you and you're afraid to tell the vet, hey, just tell him. Now I would have definitely told them. It wouldn't have mattered to me, but like I wouldn't have cared. I'd be like, all right, yeah, he fucking ate my weed. All right, this last one is from Today I Fucked Up. Great subreddit. Today I fucked up by letting my dog eat a bag of edibles. Snoop Doggy photo inside. Ooh. TLDR. Oh, we gotta read that TLDR after. So, long story short, I did this huge butter extraction that I was sure I'd never have the time to use even half of it before the expiration date, so I was willing to bake edibles for friends if they needed some. So this one time, my friend asked me for some peanut butter cookies for their bachelorette party, and I said, sure, no problem, my lady, they're already in the oven. After that, I used four times layer plastic film, some layers of aluminum foil, all for mitigating the aroma, and shoved them into my bag. Important to point out that I have a Basset hound who are famously known for their insane nose, and I own the house so I could do whatever attitude. Turned out she immediately knew where the cookies were. As I was about to leave the house, I went to a toilet for about 10 minutes only to find out that my dog ripped the bag apart, chewed through all the layers, and ate like 30% of the cookies that were in there. The good thing is that I knew the cannabis is potentially lethal for canines, so we immediately rushed to the vet. This is like really well formatted, but the words, the people are adding like they're mistyping words in here, like bruh. I might burn in hell for this, but I am absolutely sure that during the whole voyage she was tripping balls. She was so relaxed and vibing in the car. Never ever have I seen her so easygoing and not contemplating every word I say. I felt like she was having a good time. Only to find out an insane queue at the entrance. I also felt like shit, but had to lie my way through saying that she ate a whole bar of chocolate. As we got to the vet, I had to whisper into his ear that it was not chocolate. It was not chocolate. The vet actually laughed when it all made sense considering the red-eyed Rasta that was in front of him. Red spelled R-E-A-D. All right. We put her on IV, gave some meds, and in about 2 hours told me that she's going to be fine, and I need to cuddle with her more this evening. As funny as this might sound from the side, I was very concerned I would do everything I could prevent it from happening again. TLDR, my Basset ate a bag of cannabis cookies. We went to a vet while she was having a good time tripping balls. Treated her immediately, and now she's doing great. Oh my god, yep, that dog is fucking high as hell. Gotta save this photo. It's gonna be a WebP file, isn't it? Yep. Go fuck yourself, you stupid cocksucker. But yeah, let's see what else. I'm gonna leave that photo up there again for a couple seconds. You could pause it if you want. I'm sorry about your dog, but this pic is hilarious. I'm glad Puppy is okay though. It just seems mega stoned. Yeah, that dog looks very stoned for sure. Yeah, alright. This was a very interesting video, I think. I'm glad I got to do it. It just came to my mind. I didn't know what to do, but hey, now we got it. But now, this is where the next video comes to mind. Maybe not the next one, but like the next one, maybe? I don't know. So, there's a whole Reddit thread about a person seeking advice for their alcoholic dog. Now it's a very long post because there's four parts to it. So let me know in the comments if you want me to do this, because we will. I might just do it anyway without your approval. Not that I need anyone's approval, but I just want to know if anyone's like how many people are really interested in it. So just let me know in the comments, and yeah, we can get to that because that would be fucking hilarious too. But all right, I hope you all have a wonderful day and stay safe out there, and don't let your pets get to your morphine.